Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MEX FEAI Grand Fest Season 1 in the Mobile Legends 5v5 category. Here, right now, we are in the Sweet Stage, and this is like the day 2 for the Sweet Stage. I'm sorry, day 4 particularly for the Sweet Stage. And if we are going to talk about the overall days, this is day number 23 in this MEX FEAI Grand Fest tournament. So tonight, we are going to have the most intense match tonight, shall I say, because in the other pool all teams were playing perfectly, flawlessly. This is the last round for round 1 itself, but tonight the reason why this is so insane is that we got insane here by the way. Yes, your favorite YouTuber, the one who even claimed himself that no one can beat his micro. So are we going to see another proof live stream here? So keeping that all aside, here in match number 1 we are going to have Lugnica going up against Dickinson's, Seoul versus Tikhaibai, and third match we have Shadow Esport going up against Frixas Esport, and for the last match it is Nirvana up against the direct mid gap team Lafukabi. So we have all those interesting teams. Not only that, those mythic leaderboard team are being the spotlight here, even those who are in the elite leaderboard or maybe still the underdog teams are quite interesting enough. And talking about interesting, the draft looks really juicy here as we have witnessed a Grok being the prio ban, following up with a Eve. This is the first Eve ban I have noticed, and we have 1-1 and CC banning out from the side of Dickinson's. And by the way, I am going to be the co-caster for this stream, particularly myself, Marsom. And for our hypecaster and our main caster, we are going to have Mr. Shinryu, the one who hypecast the entire match tonight. So Mr. Shinru, a warm welcome to you.
I'm here. Thank you so much for that warm welcome here. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest 1, of course. And like you already know, we are rolling the Swiss stage, and you see two great teams. And like my co-caster Malsam already mentioned, we have Mr. Insane onto the red side. That is his team, Dickinson's, as well onto the blue side. Already mentioned is gonna be Team Luganica. So really interesting drafts already being here. We can see the bans onto the top section, 3 strong bans coming in, mid lane really being the prio, so Invoker being the target for Luganica, whereas the other team, they're just banning out the heroes, which can be a really great first pick. So different approach from both these teams. However, this will leave open the Kalea and even the Lancelot, along with the YSs, which is the double S tier heroes, which my friend Malsam has been mentioning since yesterday. So if they pick it up, I think it will be really good go for them. However, they are going in for the... Okay, I mean, every time I look at the Zushin, I get reminded of Ray. I think most of us who know Ray, he will be like in your head the moment he gets picked and this hero gets picked.
The only guy who celebrates when someone picks a hero. And talking about the double S tier hero, we got the Lancelot coming out from Insane here, but I was expecting to see Yi Senshin, to be honest. I'm not saying that I'm a fan of a Yi Senshin, I'm more of a fan of a Lancelot rather than the particular hero. But if we are going to take a deeper look in the things that the hero can do when it comes to lane clearance, or shall we say the jungle clearance, essentially the early phase of the game can clear slightly faster in comparison to the Lancelot. But after the level 4 power spike, when they get all their skills, maybe Lancelot might be able to clear it faster, but that's the time when all the rotation are going to come accurately. I'm not sure how the lineup is going to come up. And also after taking this Kalea and this Yi there, extra map vision followed up by those continuous CC is going to help them a lot. But maybe they have a well-prepared lineup, and it's a Lapu coming from Corey QT. This is going to help them a lot, sustaining out all those upcoming boards damage such as the Yi Senshin bow and swords. And also, even if this Jujin try to knock up anyone, you try to knock up a Kalea, it's more like a counter engagement. And also a Lapu, one of the greatest heroes for the backline diveling, and who can sustain, who deal a huge amount of burst damage. Plus, in addition to all this one, he can have those great CC. But for the side of the blue team, that is Lugica, isn't it? Did I pronounce it correctly, Shin?
I mean, there can be different pronunciation, but let's go with, Luganica. I think it is Luganica. So Luginica. Luganica, I think, whichever works, right?
Alright, I'll follow up with that one. And yeah, let me just finish this first Chiban piece. I mean, I really like to see this high loss here. We used to say that when we pick an assassin, especially a Lancelot, we used to say that if a high loss is in front of us, it is like a minion. Not saying that the hero is squishy or anything, but for a Lancelot, we need someone like a high loss who can stun properly a particular heroes. He can use it for to dash into the backline, and I hope that the blue team, Luganica, are going to take another sustain hero in the EXP lane, which would be another way for Insane to find ways in the backline. But do keep in mind that a Jujin with a Purify follow-up by her ultimate skills can bring around. She is hard to catch. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how the draft prolongs.
I will choose my own path.
You know what? I really like the ban Ruby from the side of DNS because, you know, with the YSS there is a strat that you can go for the double fighter combination, right? You do not necessarily need to pick your gold laner marksman, but you can go for the Ruby, which is a really good sustain as well as, you know, damage over time, because you can go for full damage build too sometimes. So sustain plus damage really annoying to go with, and even with the heroes like the Lancelot who relies on the dashes, she can really annoy them. You know, with the I'm offended, and even with the second skill, she has an like unlimited CC combination to go with. But like you mentioned, the dive composed lineup that is coming in from the side of DNS is going to be really difficult for this Lucian to actually position herself in a way that, you know, she would be safe. So therefore, the Hylos can give a good peeling, good front line, of course. However, I think the Lancelot might just want to mark the YSS here, who just has a single dash to immune himself, and with the dive that heavy, and along with the Kagura, I think it's going to be a bit difficult for this hero to just position himself in such a way that he can go in and go for the burst damage, basically, what I'm on to say. But what do you think? Like, is this a very good game for the YSS to go in with so much dive?
Well, it depends on the last two pick that is coming up from the Luganica here. We have the Fovius. This would help them a lot, especially for the frontline work. Since Ruby is being banned out, it would give a hard time for the Lancelot to dash around, and 122 days. Okay, nice IGN, Mr. Whoever you are. This is a great hero to pick here. He can sustain out all the upcoming initiation coming from the side of Team Sons, and this is a really good pick, I should say. And I think I should even say that this is the best possible pick here. Lancelot can literally be slowed down, and also all the upcoming initiation as well. And for the last pick, they are going for this Moskov, another big brain move, I should say. Although the Purify might need to be considered, although Kalia is there with a proper positioning and a right timing, a flicker might be better, according to me. Just according to me. I don't know how others are thinking, because Moskov, the first skills dash, to be honest, those Abyssal Walker are quite slow. The skills name itself, you can say it is a walker, not a dash skills, although it is dash, but it even named itself, the skills even named itself as a skill walker. That is why I really suggest him to take something like a flicker, or maybe many of you guys might disagree, an Aegis, so that the early damage to the mid game coming from this Lancelot, he can sustain it out. But however, even if this Moskov takes the winter, the wind of nature, it might be another difficulty, since they get the Kagura and following up with the Nathan. Good draft coming from both sides, and it is really hard to tell which teams are having the better draft. So to analyze it or to finish up the lineup, why won't you sugarcoat it or slate, as you are going to slate so much in the hypecasting moment?
Hey, I mean, when I take a look at it, you know, both the drafts really look good. The scaling is really better onto the side of obviously Luganica. However, they need a lot of space to play with, and that's where Dickinson's, they can deny that with their drafts. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're taking a look at your screen, we are finally going into the land of Dawn for the first game of the night between Luganica versus Team Dickinson's for this Swiss stage best of 1. That is going to be day number 4, most probably, and both the teams are ready to take on this game. It's a best of 1, of course, so the team winning here will definitely get an upper hand. The ones taking a loss will have to go down to the 0-1 bracket. However, the mid lane already an explosive start. There's a Pekov onto a Ray. He's onto a Kalea, but he will be okay because he's a bit tanky. So far, I think it'll just pan out a slow game for sure.
what we have just noticed was that a fast lane clearance was coming from the side of Team Dickinson, which allowed Invoker to rotate freely, farm freely, helping their EXP laner Corey Cutie secure that crab. And to be honest, for some of us who doesn't know that the EXP crab is more worthy than getting those gold crab in the early phase, as a huge MSC EXP is being given. If you time it right, if you take all those crab in the first phase of the game, that is the first before the first turtle spawn, all your 5 heroes can reach level 4 in those objective fight. So I believe that the red team Dickinson are maintaining themselves nicely for that one. And however, as you can see, Insane already reached the level 4, so is Bishop. This is going to be another clash coming up soon. Everything is being revealed. Do you think we will see a fight coming out, or maybe one right adjustment for the turtle?
I think they will just try to transition it to the turtle beforehand. However, if they see somebody overextending, they can easily punish because they have good burst in the early game, of course. And you can see the Lapu Lapu still trying to get the level 4. There's going to be the EXP crab stolen by 122 days boys. So really interesting Aichin actually. It'll be really interesting calling him out in the team fights, you know. But again, the transition to the turtle is already here. You can see Bishop actually starting it out. Insane is a bit far away, but he can easily cover the distance. But again, there goes only the dive. It's going to be Corey Cutie going in, but also 3-man lockup coming in. First blood already being secured on 212 days. Insane with the turtle, and a little bit low HP. It's going to be Obito Kun who falls instantly into the hands of Insane. And it's a good start for the YSS. However, you can see right now the invades coming in to the side of Bishop's jungle, and he needs to secure the orange too. However, that's where it's going to be denied. There's going to be Array going in with the dive, and YSS actually gets spot. Mountain Shocker already been used, so he has a little bit of mobility. However, he wants to go in for the orange buff so far.
Great start coming from the side of Dickinson. That was clean, that was quick, especially Corey Cutie going straight into the back line, zoning out the most important hero, that is Bishop himself. And at the bot lane, Tsunami Slams connect here. Is this a fatality here? It's a 3v1 domination, and yes, that was a clean sweep, I should say. A clean kill, a perfect isolation coming from the side of Team Dickinson again here. And talking about the turtle fight as well, they did it flawlessly. Another pick-off is being landed. An ace landing, I should say. And for Mr. Invoker here, going for the safe place, but in the end, I should say that this is a great start. If a great start is given, especially to a Lancelot, he can literally carry till the mid game. And for the late game, they have Pawan Singh for the late game insurance, especially Nathan. How will you stop him? Obvious.
Bot lane? It's gonna be a fight there, I think. So like Corey actually goes in to the two members, bit taken low, and he gets punished, but the kill actually goes to the EXP laner instead of the jungler. So a little bit of gold denied, but still the assist will kind of cover it out for the early game aggression.
No time for yapping. It's more about the flash, isn't it here? But in the mid section, looks interesting.
They want to go in once again. There's the pick off, not really connecting, but Lancelot goes into the dive, and you can see the Thorn Rose dealing out a lot of damage, but not enough to take him anybody down. The Revitalize at the right time, but the waves are still crashing in. They need to clear it out. The second turtle will be up here soon, Malsum. They want to go for there. But again, there's going to be more dive coming in, and a lot of damage onto Obito Kun. He gets bursted down instantaneously, and the kill is actually picked up by Array onto the Kalea. And finally the turtle is up, and they're transitioning it slowly but surely. And you can see there's going to be another clash out here. Bishop wants to go in, but who gets the turtle? It's going to be the 50-50 at this point. A bit of a fatality, not really, but the turtle is actually again slain by Insane. 2-4-0 so far for the objective take.
As already mentioned, in the very early phase of the game, Team Dickinson already did a great start, and especially Array, how he rotates, how he is positioning himself, how he doesn't reveal himself. He rather reveal Invoker. Why he revealed Invoker? He get an inbuilt Purify, also the Flicker, which can help him a lot in surviving out in the upcoming skills. Especially high low spot, can he do? You stun the Kagura. What can the Kagura do? She will purify himself, and even if a Phobias or Bishop lands those Mountain Shocker, she can literally flicks it out. And if you can do all those things, Array would be already in the back line getting those pick off with Tsunami Slam. Great potion coming from him, and as you can see, Array isn't extending. And talking about the inbuilt Purify, that is what we were talking about. They are well prepared for this lane particularly, but at the top lane, Insane is going for the rotation. These look quite juicy.
It's absolutely top lane. First here is going to be pushed down. You can see already Insane with the zone, and there comes a Ray want to go in, but the lane has to be surrender, and pretty easy push. Not really too much of a aggression coming in from Luganica, but again, they want to steadily farm as to make sure that they do not trail behind too much. At this point, we are almost 6 minutes into the game, but the goal lead is kind of 2 point. I mean, this point is almost nearing to the 3K mark, and they need to be careful. If they go too trailing behind, it's going to be a problem. But bot lane, there's going to be another fight breaking out, but we have to go for a small pause here to make sure the best conditions are met for the player. But it was a bit at a crucial moment when the fight was going on. But again, the early game aggression here, Malsam, really favoring team Dickinson's here.
Of course, it is not that the game is favoring them. They are doing a perfect rotation. Everything comes flawlessly. They did it right, especially the first turtle fight. They executed perfectly. I should say Corey QT is behind all those scenes. He even got a 0-1 for... I think it is better we show the screen, isn't it? He get a 0-1 for KDA, in which he get all the full assists so far, proving himself that he is doing a great job. And the first turtle, yes, the first turtle, it matters a lot. Why? Because in the first turtle, he was zoning out this Bishop, literally giving him hard time. And even in a 2v1 situation, is he fighting this out?
He's trying to survive. He still has a lot of HP. The flicker finally baited out from him, and he won't have it for this third turtle take. However, the EX plane still stands, and you can see all rotation coming in. Pavan Singh actually is rotating with the team, whereas Insane is going for the split push at this point, and that's a really good decision making, right? Because you want to keep your goal lane safe and secure as much as you can. Insane has a really good hero which can get out of the sticky situation. However, you can see the zoning coming out. There goes the Tsunami Slam as well as the Entropy. Goes in a lot of damage. Obidakun gets bursted down. And I think that will be the Turtle Slayer 3, but the SOD a bit late to the party. However, it could have been a wonderful job, but again, Insane goes in. Thorn rose on to say yes to heaven, but he's still healthy, and there goes the dive once again. Bishop goes out with the dash, and he still is healthy, and the mid lane finally falls. Too much aggression, 5-man push onto the mid lane, making sure Dickinson gets objectives done.
5-1 already, itemization. You check it out, lots of difference happening here. Focusing on the gold lane particularly, we can see that both the gold lane are doing a great job. The only advantage that Pawan Singh is having right now is that securing those 3 turtle helps him a lot, getting those extra gold. And for Master himself, he doesn't get much of those objective wins, so he lag a little bit in terms of gold, but still he's doing a great job. He almost complete the Trinity item here. He already completed the Corrosion site. Even the golden staff is there. Slowly they are going to adapt here. If they can do it so well, maybe Moskov might be able to carry out, but as already said, the wind chant won't help you from a Nathan clash, and especially the burst coming out from Kagura is going to be something that you have to really consider. And everyone is going to mark only Pawan Singh. Why marking only Pawan Singh? Just look at those 4 heroes coming from the side of Dickinson. They have such a great mobility in them, and also the sustain following up by the heal coming from Array. This is already good, but everyone is setting up concealed plays.
They go in. There's a dive. There's a Tsunami Slam 2 onto Obidakun once again, and he's the first to fall. And there goes the pick off onto Lapu Lapu. Corey Cutie wants to go in and deals a lot of damage, but look at 122 days. He's still trying to survive with the vengeance, but not for too long. Corey Cutie finally takes him down, but the main target out there is going to be the bot lane. But Master goes in with the clearance, and he will be able to stand it out. But again, there's going to be the circling around the sandwich play, but he's able to walk out. But the turtle will not stand again. There goes Insane onto Bishop. Takes a lot of damage. Down to 15% HP. Still walks out, but with that, all the second tiers have been taken down. A very calculated move coming in from Dickinson, of course, and now they can easily transition to the Lord. And this is looking really like a one-sided game at this point, because the scaling is still far away for Team Luganica. But once again, there's another Tsunami Slam onto Obidakun once again, and he takes a lot of damage. The Guru's pathway not really gonna help him out to survive, and there comes a stun with the Land Shaker, and they are forced to retreat, forced to go back and just defend. And this will open up the Lord for sure, but they want to clear more, and they want to push the top lane to the Holy Defense. So on the verge of being taken down, and finally it falls. And hey, I've been saying this for the 3rd time, and maybe this time for sure they'll take the Lord.
Of course, it is 9-minute marks of the game here. If we check out all these inhibitors, look at here. Where's the Holy Guard? How will this inhibitor going to protect themselves? The only way they can do right now for the side of Luganica is making sure that their frontliner, their sandbag, both these Hylos and Phoveus are doing a great job. What kind of job? getting all those burst damage out of Lancelot, Nathan, Agura, and even Lapu-Lapu. And right now Array, even though he is a tank, a support, whatever role he's playing right now, I'm not sure what he's playing because he's always at the back line, going straight Tsunami Slam.
Oh, Tsunami Slam, this is glorious pass for 2 and the flicker out for sure for Array, but it's gonna be enough to take them say yes to heaven. They're really trying to just burst down the members, and there goes Insane, but not really getting any kills so far. But again, the backline 122 days will fall, and a lot of damage being placed. There's gonna be the Masters dealing in damage to Invoker. He gets taken down, double kill for Pavan Singh, but there goes that story. Oh, it just misses by a little bit. The Lord is defended for sure, but the waves are still crashing in, and Array wants to go in once again. He does have the Tsunami Stamp still, but the waves are still not in their favor. They want to play discipline. Insane trying to push the top lane, inhibitor, the bot lane already at a jeopardy, and they're right now, the members will be back from the dead timer, and Insane needs to go back, and the rest of the team too should retreat because they are losing, they're lacking 2 members, and it's not going to be an equal fight, so the discipline route is going to be.
As already mentioned here, let's just go back to the very beginning of the game. The first turtle, Bishop, Korai, literally being zoned out by that QT is making a big impact in this game. The first turtle, they can't secure it. He was zoned out so bad. And from the second turtle, they might be getting a slight chance, but how can they do? Because the goal difference was there from the very beginning is 3-0, causing them this game in a 11-3 situation right now. But however, for the side of Team Luganica, the only way they can do right now is making sure that the Moskov or maybe Yi Sanshin can split push peacefully, while the other members of the entire team are kiting around all these heroes. But to kite out this hero, just look at the mobilities coming from the side of the Kenson. This is quite interesting, and they are always ready for the fight. Just look at Insane, he's already level 15. Bishop Kurai is at level 13, still doing a great job. Lots of opening are there, minions are coming, marching towards the mid lane, all 5 men ready. What is coming up next, guys?
They are trying to go in for a siege down board. There goes the concealed play, and Array wants to go in. He gets 1 member, he's got knocked up, but the Tsunami Slam is not enough to take him down. But again, Array has taken a lot of damage. There's going to be the dive at 122 rays, but he's too deep around there, and he's taken down. Pavan Singh with a double kill, and right now on the verge of being taken down, it's going to be Bishop with an Insane and triple kill. Already been secured, but Insane gets the double, and this will mark the wipeout, but there are no minions. It's still like game. Hold on, but the dead timers here too long here, Malsum. I think this is it. This is going to be the end.
Nothing is stopping them for claiming their victory in tonight match number 1. What a great way to start the match. And for the side of Luganica, although it's a big upset, but I hope they learned their assignment, their homework, especially in the drafting category within the game, making sure that their jungler can get those chance to at least participate in the objective fight, also known as the first turtle. The first turtle, as already mentioned, in the pro scene, also in a pro scenario, we used to see a 12-minute games, maybe even less than 12, within 10-minute games also. Why the first turtle is the game that decide their entire game. With that being said, Luganica are showing an impressive job, but for the side of Dickinson, they are doing it perfect. What a play, what a game coming from both team. Anything that you would like to add for match number 1?
I think there was not enough lockdown for the side of Team Luganica, of course, right? Because every time they come in, there was no way to stop Array 2, right? And that was kind of a problematic situation they were in overall, because you can see like Insane had a free time dashing in, out, where he goes Thorn Rose and transition it to a very great Phantom execution to burst down the easy, like the squishy members. I think if they had some kind of way to lock down or maybe a suppress our hard CC skill, things would have been really different for, you know, Insane to go in for sure. But the draft kind of, like you mentioned, could have been a bit different. But again, I think it's overall macro decision too, right? How they want to take the total fights, how they want to rotate around the map, and how they actually give space for the heroes to go for the scaling, which kind of narrows down to the point, you know, how well the backliners are protected by the frontliners. But in this game, you saw the frontliners are getting melted down every time because of the disparity in the economy. So I think it was a good game coming in from Dickinson's, of course.
right? That is a great way to narrow it down and conclude match number 1. But let me just add one more thing to all the viewers out there. Tonight we have the true self-proclaimed the best mechanic, also known as Insane, and the best mid laner, the direct mid game Zozo tonight for the opening match and to conclude tonight's match. So far, Insane proved himself that he has a great mechanics when it comes to playing any hero, so he just proved in match number 1. So in the upcoming match number 4, will Zozo prove himself that he is the direct mid-gap guy, the best mage in India? But do keep in mind that we still have more interesting match upcoming in match number 2, match number 3, such as Seoul, TK Bai, and also that we are going to reveal in the screen. So I will save it for now because everyone knows who is coming up in match number 3. And with that being said, that is all for match number 1. Don't go anywhere, check out the waiting screen, and we'll be right back in a jiffy for another interesting epic match. And we are back to the sweet stage, day number 23 in the MEX FEI Grand Fest Season 1. And yes, we have already done an introduction in English category. We'll be doing a short Mizou introduction for all the Mizou fans out there because we have Seoul, so I hope no one minds. And also, why not hear a Mizou language, isn't it? And also, after sometimes we'll ask Shinryu to do a Japanese or a Korean intro in match number 3 or match number 4. Alright then, here today in the vine to bacon low booklet Vexiwa Hazana Hian MEA XFEI Grand Fest Season 1 Mobile Legends Game Big Tournament Sweet Stage Zan Somhi na kan lo noi chau le to don ania he tournament bi ka he kan soi tong kan Mobile Legends so anilwa game sang mai India phechon hitber kan ti mai BGMI ti te heta mana changa kan no khel na sachin dota chu kan ti te le football lama po PC computer le mobile phone na khel thei FC mobile PC kha atel boka tiswan chess kan ti mai kha e chess kan tia kha online na khel thei le amuna board ta khel thei tur kha omdona khami bi kha chiang du kanam chon Instagram lam post kha kana ngai chang zanin bi ka hian Mizoram a chon fans nga ber kan te thei mai te nyang chu fans nga ber chin an hia mai ro chu tun nai bi ka hian tle minan ma ni lam in thak dang lam na neu te nei wang khan a second na te po khan mai thei ni engko chu ni se community nei chabera kan ngai chin le kan da chin te step bros tia kan soi chin te team Seoul blue team a kan ya chon at the red side the red team lama hian thik hai bai te kan nei bokani zanain caster tour te hi ke hi co casting role ka play dona chu play by play ang khan de uber me details do soi khan dona malsoma kania zana kan main caster tour hype casting thiam len he so taka minti sakturin Shinryu kan do lom lut le nga le Shinryu take your moment.
Hi, Jack Lutuk. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say that every time you tell me to speak in Mizo, man. But okay, this time you didn't. But again, you gave me with the draft. I'll just start with it. Of course, we have Team Seoul onto the blue side, like you mentioned, and Team TK by onto the red side. Both the teams are ready with the drafts. You can see they want to ban some really prior heroes that we do like to see being played in the map. It's gonna be the Zushin, the CC being banned from Team Seoul, whereas Team TK, they will go for the bans like the Eastern Shin, double S tier, of course, and the insane amount of damage onto the mid lane with the burst. It's going to be the Kadita being banned out too. So, I mean, I think nothing too unorthodox because we know both the teams are really those teams which have been in the elite leaderboards, right? And they know the meta. Of course, they know the meta. And they know how to play against each other too, because I have seen them, facing off against each other a lot. So I feel they're pretty much prepared for this game here, if I be honest.
This is a great moment. I mean, a great insight, I should say, from particularly on your side, and also from my particular perspective as well. TK, just to say, they are a little bit new for me. I just knew them this year only. I heard that the other year, like last year also, there's not directly TK by. It's more like they are in different squad and they just join together, and then that squad due to some reason break off, and then they have to form something like that is happening around. But in the end, what I know is that a strong TK by is joining the MEA XFEI Grand Fest Mobile Legends tournament. So that is how I know TK right now. And for the side of Seoul, to be honest, I was saying a lot in Mizo and it would be hard for you to understand. Team Seoul, they are switching from Step Bros. It's more like they got some sort of sponsor during using this Seoul, and yeah, with some organization, but I do not get the full information, so I am afraid that I might spill out wrong information. So let me just cut it off up to that part. Seoul, also known as the Step Bros, we used to say that they have the biggest, they have the biggest community, the biggest fan base during back days. They are just so supportive in the comment section. It is always full of their supporters. They would start commenting about all the players' name, putting non-stop heart, not just from the girl side, even the boys, they would start yapping, chatting in the entire time. They would support each event and every individual. Sometimes they would even say when one player is doing a bad thing, they would feel bad, and sometimes they would even feel good. Lots of things are happening like that. Okay, so cutting all those yapping moments for now. Let's see how the drafts go along. As for the side of Seoul, we can see a solid true frontliner, also known as the Katoin Lapu Lapu. are being played here. And also at their gold laner, we are going to have Toby, the 1-1. And for TK buy, we have Arlot and Farsa being picked already. And for their last pick, maybe considering someone like an Iritel. I know that you are planning to argue with me right away with the Iritel picks, but come on, Iritel can somehow outrun the 1-1 for the time being, especially till the early to the mid stage of the game, unless Toby find ways to position himself nicely, or maybe a Herald with the Zaman Force and the Purify might find ways. But this scene decided to go for the Cobra, and I should say this is not bad after all.
Sir, what's your command?
Your team is banning. Just in case.
Okay. I'm here. Just a bit of network issues, but again, I feel like Irithel would have been definitely the choice here. I would not gonna argue with you. I totally side with you on that because it's a direct counter to the 1-1, of course. And see, they ban it because that's the goal. You do not want the 1-1 to have a hard time. And I think with the Kufra, yes, you can cancel or you can just stop the dashes being so frequent. You can stop the mobility of the 1-1, but it's not nearly enough to counter out or win the goal lane as much because the 1-1 has insane amount of mobility. The Irithel with the sprint, she can cover that mobility some way or the other. But I feel with that hero being banned, they are kind of limited. But once again, this is a bit off topic, okay, here, Malsam. I see S5 from the side of Team Soul, and that's a very familiar face for a lot of us. If you know her, then you know, right?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Debe. It's
What are you
Debe.
doing here? Wait. She's running away from the casting role. And oh my gosh, if I am not
You see her.
to be honest guys, I'll just tell the truth. I wanted to practice the analysis role for the upcoming, and Debbie was willingly give me the chance to do it. It's more like I steal the spot, but keep it a secret between us, whoever watching this one. But
Yeah, she has a big heart.
yeah.
The
But
immortal
a
one
big heart, I
chose
have
me to
lots of things
vanquish
in
the
mind. Okay?
shadows that plague.
Look here, Debbie. She said that if I'm not casting, I'm not going away, I'm not running away. At least you will see my gameplay. I am still in the MEX FEI. If I'm not in the land, then at least I'll be in the land for the casting, not for the casting role, but as a player. And I guess this is something that I really enjoy seeing. Let's see how the draft prolongs here. We are going to see Berserk. I was hoping to see, to be honest, Blade No Mercy. I hope you know him.
Yeah.
No Mercy, but I'm not sure, like the squad logo is still there. Maybe he changed his IGN. I'm not doing much depth of the players these days. I'm really sorry for that one, guys. That is the pickup set from the caster side.
Among the
Excuse
planes
me, but we got
exists
Shin
the
right
time to
here.
drop
And it's
the
a
beat of
joy
the clock.
from Berserk. Let's see how it prolongs.
I mean, Joy against the Kufra, okay, not the best pick, but again, it's good enough. But against the Suyu, it can work, it's still fine. But for the Eve pick, yes, she got buffed, she has good damage, but I feel against the Farsa, it's a bit risky because the Farsa can cover up the range. But again, it all boils down to the point how well she can position herself, right? Into this team fight where it's a lot of chaos, with so much dive coming in with the Garud Kasha, with the Lapu Lapu too, I think the Eve can get enough place to just place her ultimate, the RWM of course, and deal enough damage. And if not that, she can continuously poke because she has really high DPS when it goes on. I mean, after she can secure those items, of course. And for Berserk, I think that's a new face even I'm looking at. Like you, I'm still unknown. I need to ask Debbie, because she is really close with the team, whether it is Blade No Mercy or not, or whether Berserk is a new goal laner or not. But again, the Moskov against the 1-1, okay, I'm not too big fan of that, but some way or the other it works. But I would have preferred a Clint or maybe even a Brody could have worked really well because they have insane range. But in terms, if you see the overall micro or overall the way the hero is, I think with the SOD he can really cover up lot of distance and join this team fight really instantaneously.
In short, I guess we can conclude in a way that both teams are doing a good job regarding their draft in overall. And for me, let me just argue a little bit, but I'm not sure if you know regarding this one, but According to me, Moskov is the
Mm-hmm.
best marksman. Like, I only play Moskov. Maybe sometimes a Granger,
Okay.
although I might play and flex around is per
Mm-hmm.
necessary. But I like this Moskov a lot since
Mm-hmm.
those
Okay.
Abyssal Worker and all those continuous kiting around plays is going to be really helpful. And we're going to
Mm-hmm.
have 1-1. The 1-1 is
Welcome
effective.
to Mobile Legends.
Effective, but we have to know that 1-1 are
5
first skills
seconds till
those
the enemy
crossbow
reaches the
thingy
battlefield.
can be dodged easily
Smash them.
using those Abyssal Worker, and if done it right, then
Ultras
maybe
deployed.
it might be having advantage. But with that being said, keeping all those things aside for now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn as you are watching the MEA x FEI Grand Fest Season 1 in the Mobile Legends 5v5 Switch Stage Day number 23, and at the blue side we have Team Seoul, and at the
Oh.
red side, TK.
Mm-hmm. And already a bit of action we can see onto the mid lane. Debbie taking on a bit of damage. Never ever have I thought I would cast Debbie in my games, but this is a new one because I need to get used to it. But again, the rotation coming in with the wings by wings from Aisho Mage. He really wants to show the Notorious a little bit of damage coming out for him. But again, I think this Farsa can really rotate well. But again, the Garud Kacha 2 is there to stop a rotation. So I think quick rotation versus more of team fight. A different approach from both the teams, but again, it really works. Even gets a little bit of taunt onto Aisho Mage, but he's still okay. Back to their sides they go.
Both teams, as you can see right now, while Aisho Mage was literally being slowed down by Ilu, Zin was getting some EXP and gold out of the minions. It is not that bad. The red still better than losing, but Aisho Mage, the rotation was good, but he's stuck so long not getting proper vision. Doesn't maximize the use of the wings by wings. I hope that he can slowly cover it up, or else to maximize the use of Farsa by the rotation along here. But look at that.
Oh, electrifying beast going in. Berserk takes a bit of damage, but the Revitalize is there to heal him up. But a lot of HP bars being loaded from the side of Team TK. Zen needs to get out of there. He still holds on to his flicker, but Scar 2 is a bit low, and you can see this Arlo does not have the final slash yet ready, but it's not gonna wait because the turtle will be up, and both the teams need to go reset, get the HP bars up, and go for a re-engage, I guess.
As you can see right now, Thoras is already in their blue buff here. They're waiting for the great fighter.
Ooh. Yes, with goes in with the slashes and Scar really taking low and flicker, and first blood already being secured by Notorious, and he might fall with the feather airstrike already being there. Aisho Mage picks up the kill, but without the jungle, I think Berserk will have an easier time, or no, the final slash goes in, but he's actually able to immune it, and Elo takes a bit of damage. There was the RWM drop down, slowing down the members, locking them down, but Berserk will pick up the kill for sure, but he also ends up taking a kill too, so a really good trade coming in for Soul in the early game. But again, they are going in aggressive under the turret, electrifying bees onto two members that they are really chunked low, and Debbie did not get enough damage yet, so they will be still able to survive and recall for the save.
Great opening come from the side of Team Seoul. And just looking on the rotation and all here, I am confident enough to say that Berserk, if it is not Blade, I think it might be one of the student of Blade. The rotation, the way the beats land, just the way he flows in. I do not know him personally that well, but I have watched enough of his gameplay to say that he's Blade. If it is not Blade, then it might be one of his apprentice. And also, yeah, back to the game here. The first turtle, yes, of course, was secured by the side of Team Seoul. A great rotation coming from Notorious as always. And game number 1, if we just take a small recap on it, the first turtle was slain with the help of Koricute using the Lapu Lapu. Same is done using this Lapu Lapu. And the zoning off coming to their jungler side with this Lapu Lapu is just so much. Just imagine, there were 3 heroes literally, near these scars protecting him. But what can they do? He got all skills immune, he got a burst damage, and look at bot lane horse, so he can generate a passive, a shield using his passive. He's just so annoying. Ooh.
Absolutely, and there goes the bravest fighter, chunks out an exorbitant amount of HP from IQ's cooking, but again, it's not really enough to take him down. But again, it looks like Elo wants to go in with the taunt onto Zin, but that's a tanky member. He does not want to engage on so much. But again, the purple buff is up, and Scar this time too might be get denied of that. There goes a knock-up onto Elo, but he gets stunned up, and there goes the RWM2. The final slash does not really connect properly, but it's enough to take down Zin as well. But again, they goes for the follow-up, and it seems like IQ is cooking, will get cooked this time, and look at the dive coming in from triple kill already. Scar, not Scar, Berserk actually going under the turret, not really minding the turret shots too, and still picking up the kill, and 4-4-0 trade into the favor of team. Of course, this is gonna be team Soul.
Thick Soul, yes, they are Thick Soul,
Thick Soul.
and I heard it well. And also the B is doing a great job here, already getting the Enchanted Talisman here rather than getting the glowing one. Of course, spamming those skills, the 1-2 skills, following up with the real world manipulation cooldown to be narrowed down is going to help them a lot in this upcoming team fight here. The second turtle spawn here, all teams are ready, lots of damage are being traded out. IQ is cooking, let's see how he cooks his IQ.
Yeah, once again, there's the engage, and this goes the dash vengeance being used already by IQ for those dashes, of course, but he might not survive even with those dashes. This is going to be end of line for him. Elo taking him down, but Lapulap goes into the bravest fighter, but backlines are going to take down Debbie, of course, but the bird, can you fly? You're trying your best, and yes, no, you can. Berserk will chase you down, and there goes one more kick into the favor, but there goes the SOD, does not really connect, but Toby will take down Zane with the amazing rotation he has, and I think this will just zone out Team TK by enough for Team Soul to pick up the turtle, of course, and look at the lead here, look at the items too, but okay, Scar, bit of a frenzy position, it might just be too much for him, and yes, it is, and Toby with another kill onto his scoreboard.
Gen 2 already, great match coming. Great start from the side of Team Seoul. Here comes the electrifying beats. IQ is cooking. It's more like he gets cooked in that process. Here is felt through here. For the side of TK, by it doesn't sound so thick, but look at that charge.
Whoa, the damage is not really enough because there was the feather airstrike, but again, they goes for the reverse clap back, but that will be forcing out the flicker from Zin to go for the safer side of the map for the defensive play, but again, Elo wants to go in. But you can see the positioning from Toby, right? He wants to look for another engage. He's going in for the push, but there comes a charge from Fufra with the Tiner's Revenge, of course. But the AOG might just go in there, and Toby goes for the turret push. But before that, he will take up the kill. But it seems like Elu might get stuck there, but he's really tanky. But the final slash will bring him back onto the turret second tier, and it will be enough for Aisho Mage to pick up that kill. But again, here comes Notorious. He wants to go for the engage, or maybe he wants to go for the push. He's still trying to get the turret down, but the damage, the shots from the Feather Airstrike will chunk a little bit of HP, but it's not really enough to take him down. But the turrets are not really standing. Toby taking the advantage of those chaos, just pushing them all out, and Soul so ahead in this game.
Berserk with the electrifying beast, literally outplayed himself, being caught in the bouncing ball, and the final slash finishes off, but the of tank doesn't lie around as Toby just secured a triple kill out of the blue. That was the right timing. While they were busy, the only hope coming out from the side of Big Hi-Fi is to make those big push, and Gabby does it flawlessly, securing the boot lane first tier to rest. The mid lane inhibitor would still get a protection from the Holy Guard, so is the top lane. Mid lane being burst out for the top side here. They might like to extend a little bit here.
But it seems like they're still trying to consider, but not for Notorious. He wants to go in with the bravest fighter, deals a lot of damage. The feather air strike out there, but still you can see the lack of items, not really enough for them to take down anyone. But again, that's a lot of resources being burned out, and even the second tiers all being taken down, and so much map being open. But the SOD actually not SOD, I think it's still the charge, right? But they are still okay, but the resources being denied is really heavily making problems for the side of Team TK. But again, Illu gets engaged on, but he wants to go back in under the turret. The holy defense is still there. That might be too much, but disengage is the call for Soul.
So we sports side of TK, and the mistake, shall I point out there's a mistake, or is this a way how you can literally guide your team around? I'm not sure here. The top lane, it is being freeze already. Land freeze coming. Provide. Oh, wait. Okay, we got some isolation here. I mean, it just happened so fast here. Notorious is he going to play game?
They want to go in for another engage, but Toby, oh my goodness, he goes in under the turret, not really minding anyone, and takes a kill too.
Make it so easy.
Man, it's fearless.
So easy.
Yeah, it made it so easy, but there goes the feather airstrike. They want to go in with the tie, but okay, electrifying beats under the base crystal too, and oh my goodness, Bertha gets stuck with the Flare of Mystery, and that will be enough for Gabe to take him down. A lot of gold coming in, but again, there goes the fight once again. The RWM down, a lot of damage being placed. One member will fall. This is going to be decent, but there goes the AOG onto the back, but okay, there's not enough damage, but it will be enough with the turret shot to take him down. But it seems like Notorious is finally stuck. He does not have the waves, nor anything. The Fear of Misery stuck him under the turret, and double kill will be picked up by Ike's cooking. And amidst all that chaos, the mid lane inhibitor is finally taken down by the side of Team Soul, and their two damage dealers are still active. But look at the positioning coming here from Team TK Bhai. They are looking for to take this lot probably.
Quite white here, so Fuges can wait here, and also why not check out the item like this? You can see that Lapu is going straight with the Warex, and the rest is going to be either a defense item such as this Brute Force, could follow up with the Tina Shield, I believe here. And for Ilu here, this is quite interesting to see here. The first item was actually the Blade of Armor, and with his taunting effect here, he is just going to be so annoying. Maybe that is why IQ is if he lands those Vital Slash, so well they can't do properly here. See, for the reflection,
Oh, whoa, whoa! The Lord, it gets stolen by SOD for the Moscow, of course, and that might be the chance for them to go for a comeback, but it's double kill already being secured by Toby Soul. They're really angry with the Lord Steel, of course, and right now they're looking for the aggression. You can see it's already going to be IQ's cooking going in, but there's a Feather Airstrike too along with RWM, but no, Ilu gets punished. The Lord Blessing definitely giving them the extra bit of damage they need, but the Lord gets cleared out here, but they lack members. A 3v4 situation, they have found themselves, and both the teams, they're trying their best to, you know, find an opening, find a window to engage, but Zen is finally back. He's charging in with the Tyrant's Revenge. He goes in, but okay, the Lapu wants to go in for the Farsa, but he's able to go out with the Wings by Wings, but again, they're trying to push the top lane here, but there's going to be a lot of time coming in. The Sun does connect, but again on the Feather Airstrike, it's going to be put down, but nobody gets taken down. I've missed all that, but again, the waves are still crashing out, but this does open up the map a lot more for TK Bhai and Soul. They can take advantage, right? Because you can see they do not have inhibitors. The enhanced minions will be crashing down every time. But again, another SOD. It seems like they want to chase down. Debbie gets taken down. Not the electrifying beats is out there right now. But again, so onto the damage for Scar. But he still survived. Notorious wants to go in with the flicker. But again, Scar survives with a little of HP, but not for too long. Oh, actually, he's able to dash out. But it's going to be a turnaround. Notorious gets taken down by the dead. There goes the crossbow of Tank. Toby, what are you made of? You are 13-0-1. You're not shy. You're not feared. You're not scared. You're actually feared by your opponents as you go down, but they're still trying to push the advantage even more. The final slash comes in on the two members. They're going under the turret, but it's going to be a turnaround. Look at the electrifying beats, but it's going to be end of line for Berserk going taken down. But here comes the damage onto Toby. He gets finally punished by not Toby, actually Gabby, finally punishing Toby. And they are going for the end. There's going to be the stun by the Farsa, but they're going in. The AOG4 defensively, but there goes the Wind of Nature. But the end is going to be there, and Soul gets carried by Toby onto that, you know, 1-1. What an insane play, man. I'm super glazing him for sure.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We have give you the chance. You take the Lord. You get all your opportunities, such as getting those shutdown kills. But Toby say enough is enough. Even the wind chant, even 4 heroes, the Kuvra, the final slash isn't stopping that Toby anymore. Even Feather Airstrike was there, isn't it? Toby, he doesn't want to prolong the game anymore. I should say that is such a respected and well-deserved MVP to Mr. Toby here. He was playing actually more like a rank and a chill guy. Then out of the blue here, somehow they managed to force him to play in the competitive scenario. And once he dives into the competitive scenario, check out who is getting all the spotlight, who is carrying the game, and who is making the decision whether to end the game or to win the game. GG is coming from the side of Seoul, and for the side of TK Bhai, I should say again, the first startle is how everything started the previous game, same length of the game somehow, and it is again the most annoying Lapu literally zoning those jungler, making them really hard to even participate in those objectives.
Absolutely, man. And I think you really are correct about the setting up of the turtles, right? It makes so much important for those teams, right? The early game lead that can it give really makes the tempo for each of these teams. And once they get the tempo, if they have a snowball kind of draft, it really works so well because both Berserk as well as Toby, every time they go in, they are engaging under the turret, under the base crystal too sometimes, and they don't really mind. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it really blows me. Like, it just surprises me, like how confident they are on their heroes, honestly, because you need insane amount of micro to actually be able to play like that because for tournaments, yes, you are facing off with teams that are really good, but to play at that level where you cannot even be counted, there, like you mentioned, four members standing there with the Wind of Nature, he just cares about the push. Man, that was insane to watch, of course.
Of course. And also, I should say, he decided how the game ran in that match number 2 particularly. All right, with that being said, that is all for match number 2. We have seen one heck of a match in match number 1 and again another feasting eye in match number 2. So in this match number 3, yes, I hope everyone already seen the waiting screen. It is none other than the legend, even Lemon himself, those international players, those international people, and many people in India knows him and how Mobile Legends, or however it was called today and before, everyone respect him. He is coming back in the Mobile Legends scenario and even in the MEX FEAI Grand Fest Season 1. So I hope you know the name. I'm not going to share it for now, but you will find it out yourself. Upcoming up, we have Team Frixas Esport coming up again, Shadow X Sport. Stay tuned as we'll be right back in less than you can think of. So we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back as promised, and yeah, we won't take that long, isn't it? And right now we finally are here back into the land of dawn in the MEX FEI Grand Fest Season 1. Tonight we got someone special just for you guys, but we are going to hide his identity for the moment, but he is here with us already, although the IGN might be changed for the time being. But guys, when I say there is someone, the legend here, you have to trust me in this process. Just give a good focus on the gold lane as the game prolong, okay? For the side of Shadow Esport, we have Pierre for the first pick or the ban here, starting to ban it out with the Baxia. And for the side of Frixas Esport, everyone is here. Let's keep aside for the hero, the bans and everything, particularly because we have something really important to share to each and everyone, because this tournament MEX FEI is thanks to them. Without them, this tournament or anything wouldn't be running out. But at the same time, we would like to give credits to our dear sponsor who make this show a success, starting with our dear sponsor, that is the CK Hyundai. And from our internet side, like the internet provider, especially for the LAN phase, right now we are seeing everything in a really good quality when it comes to the network, isn't it? These are all provided by the next gen. I mean, not yet, but in the upcoming, better than this are going to be provided by the next gen. And of course, when it comes to any big tournaments in India or any tournament that you want to make it a really exclusive and having this kind of drop in the ban system, also known as the tournament lobby, and even a huge amount of diamonds is being powered by none other than our favorite Vista, and we give a big thanks to them. And last but not the least, the entire tournament for this Mobile Legends 5v5 category is in collaboration with Don't Say Esport. They are here to help us for this entire tournament, and so is the LAN event, just for a quick add up. And yeah, that's all for the most important news that we would like to share. And right now there is something more interesting that I would like to share you guys, is that I'm going to be the co-caster for this match particularly, and we have someone who is going to be our main caster who is ready to hype tonight's match.
I will
Ladies and
choose my
gentlemen,
own
presenting
path.
Shin Ryu.
Wow, I feel really famous now for some reason with that kind of introduction, you know. But hey, it's all fun, right? But again, I think somebody will definitely steal the show. We have been mentioning about him, like not directly his name, but we have been mentioning about him, right? And that man is way famous, not only in India but globally too. So take a look at the gold lane, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Gold lane from Shadow Esports is going to be really, really important. But again, even I'm, looking forward to watch this game alongside Malsam. Of course, we both will be bringing the action live to you, and with the last ban being Xborg and the rest of the ban, you can see too, which Malsam will break down a little bit more afterwards. The first pick is finally into the hands of Team Shadow Esports. So, what do you think could be a very good first pick? The CC, YS is like without any questions asked.
Double S tier for a reason here, and especially talking back to day number 16, 17, no 17 and 18, I'm sorry with the wrong info.
This is 20th. This is the 20th.
Yeah, I mean like day 17 and 18 for this tournament particularly. I was casting with continuously with Ash, and even on those earlier stages, every time a Yi Senshin comes out, he would be so happy talking out a double S tier jungler. He used to say that every time, and every time I see Yi Senshin, that is all how things are coming out, okay? So he likes this Yi Senshin a lot, and if they are opening a Yi Senshin and they are not picking, he would be so angry, he would be so furious, talking all the possibilities and reasons why this hero isn't picked out. So Shadow Esport, I guess they got some kind of lecturing from him, not for their match like other matches. Maybe that is why we get the Yi Senshin as the first pick. But however, Yi Senshin, we have to know that even if the hero is a double S tier, that is just how the meta works. They might be really useful, but still, even this kind of hero are having lots of counters. So talking about the counter, we have a Rise from the side of Frixas Esport with the glue. What can happen here? This kind of hero like a Yi Senshin, they can't burst them down quickly. That quick, he's going to be so chunky, and on top of that, a Badang is there who can land the continuous CC, which is somehow dodgeable. Like he can immune it for the time being, but if the timing isn't right, a Badang can make him literally immovable. So that is the kind of setup coming from the Fierce Esport. Good solid 2 pick, but however, look at here from the side of Team Shadow Esport, we have Light picking a really light hero here. We can see that he's going for the CC. This is going to guide the entire lineup of Frixas Esport unless the marksman such as a carry is being picked right now. But it's a Valier, which is alright. This is good, but not the best. For the early, just for the early game, he might be able to hold down the CC, but the CC wouldn't be there everywhere unless it is mid stage of the game. I'm not sure about how things are going around, especially the draftings going around on the side of Frixas, but let's see how it prolongs. And the Gatokaja, I really like this as a glue. If he extends it and grab it someone, and if that particular hero is a Gato, he can literally jump out, isn't it? So that is a great start coming from both sides, but however, this Valier pick is something Frixas Esport have to
Magic
it
is
twice.
my life.
And on the banning
Your team
section,
is
Shadow
banned.
Esport decided to ban it out, the Harriet and also a Kimi. And as you already break down in match number 3 and even give a good explanation regarding the gold lane, if we get the Yi Senshin, CC can be flexed out in the gold lane as well. Ruby, I'm not sure, since Valier is there and even the grab guy is there, whom can we expect on the gold lane side? Can it be a Minsitar Gold as well?
It is in despair that
Your
I
team
see the
is
fondest
Yeah.
hopes.
I'm audible, right?
Yep, you're audible, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel, like you mentioned, the Isunshin can be flexed, but I don't think so. Flexing it would be a really good choice. I think he does really good in the jungle section, especially because of his fast clear, and that is one of the reason why Ashtis is really fan of this hero, because he himself plays it and he knows how fast this hero can clear, and there are very less number of heroes that can come close to how fast this hero can, go around the jungle and get to level 15. And I think this hero has one of the highest or one of the fastest record in getting to level 15 in about 7 minutes into the game. So that's how fast it is. So that's an insane amount of mobility as well as the farming speed, of course. But again, the Valier, I'm a little bit skeptical too, because yes, you can poke their opponent, you can push them back, knock them back with the second skill, of course. But overall, I feel this hero is really more of a utility than an overall damage, because you want to just sustain this team fight with the help of the Valier, just push them back and just have your teammates protected or positioned well. But with the addition of the this Irithel, the gold lane is going to be really secured. So what are the options for Team Shadow Esports to go here? Like, they can go for the Grandeur, but it's not the best matchup. Apart from that, the Bruno would be a really good pick here, and the Moskov 2 is open, of course, so either of them would be a really great choice.
I am
Pure decided to go with Pure Moskov here and follow up with Phobias for Mr. Band 14. Ben 10 upgraded to the Band 14. This is something that I really like. Actually, most of us enjoy watching cartoon in our childhood days. I hope you even watch yourself, like the Tom and Jerry and all. We got Ben 10 upgraded to the Band 14 is something that really excites me. It is somehow funny.
Yes, 14
but...
aliens.
Huh?
Yes, 14 aliens, man.
Yes,
Instead
exactly.
of 10.
And talking about it, one Ben, what if he's like Ben 10,000? Oh my gosh, during those time,
yeah.
Ben 10,000. Oh, I was so hyped. Like all those
Yes,
aliens
sir.
he could transform, and on top of that, he got unlimited time to be in that particular alien. He can
Yes.
switch it, and also Kevin particularly, he can hybrid those alien. Oh my gosh, a grown-up man in his almost late 20s. All of his friends are getting a wife, married, their child. Their worries is, what will my child bring for tomorrow? Is talking about the Ben 10 again here, and this is all because of the Shadow Esport, especially mentioning that Ben 10 14, and he doesn't give us a proper time to analyze it anymore. But however, it is all about the last two pick in the end. It was the Alpha and Irithel coming from the Frixas side, and to end up their lineup, yes, it was the Phobias and Moskov. Great draw from both sides, but in the end, I have to say that there wouldn't be much debate, but the Valier, let's see how they can maximize it. Although the Fovias, the fourth pick was there, this Fovias, I'm not sure how it is going to be played here, since the player doesn't call for the pause, isn't it? No match from the side of Shadow Esport, lots of things to say, but anyway, keeping all those things aside, why don't you give a warm welcome to everyone watching the stream, isn't it, Shinryu?
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream of MEX FEAI Grandfest 1, and we are finally into the line of turn for the third game of the night between Shadow Esports versus Frixus Esports as well. And you know, better get ready because this is going to be an interesting match. But you know what, Malsam, we have not told them about the LAN event so far, right? It's going to be an amazing place because it's not only about MLBB, but there are more games too. So we will talk about more after this match, of course. But before that, we'll take a quick look at the map too, right here. Really good clear coming in from both the sides, and I feel once again the rotation is going to be really important, and especially like we have been talking about it a lot, those turtle fights, right? The zoning coming in, but look at the top lane, Glue taking a bit of damage. Is he suffering a little bit of connection issues? This is what happens when you don't use next gen, guys. So you know, get your internet from next gen, of course.
Oh my gosh, that is so smooth, right? I have seen those kind of transition, you know, when they were doing about he skydiving from the sky really hard, and then he landed inside the best chicken biryani, that kind of thing. It was so smooth. Okay, yes guys, don't forget to take your plans and your connection from the next gen, because they are providing one of the best, not just in Mizoram, even in many states outside Mizoram as well. So at the bot lane, we have seen Pierre getting lots of damage straight with this Irritel. It is more like Irritel is actually supposed to harass this Pure, more like all those poking, with the 1 and 2 skills combination also. But look at here.
Oh, this goes a fight, a little bit of damage on towards, but he will be able to walk out safe. Still holds on to the flicker, but the turtle is up just 14 seconds, and Shadow Esports, they need to rotate, they need to get the turtle pit secure, otherwise it's going to be a problem. But look at the skill damage being dealt by Pure, but both the damage dealers, I mean both the gold laners is trying to just poke each other out, what is their work, and farm steadily. However, this is going to be the turtle transition that we are looking at. But look at the zoning coming here for, you know, Shadow Esports. They are really not letting this alpha going anywhere. A Rise really taken low, down to 20%, and the rest of the team, Light doing an absolutely phenomenal job alongside. This is going to be Ben 14, of course, weighing in with the knockup onto Nyx. But they walk out pretty safe, and they do not want to further continue this. So a disengage right after, right, Ben? Or you are planning something else? Okay, he goes for a disengage.
This is quite interesting from the side of Shadow Esports, as already mentioned, because of obvious, he's going to be so, his sustain is just going to be so good. However, with the lack of a magic damage coming from the side of Shadow Esports, let's see how they cop up here. Oh, Natalia gets the OG straight up. Oh my gosh. I hope that Natalia can recover from the upcoming matches. And for the side of Frixus Esports, literally covering up everything here. First, locking him down, but it's more like a counter engagement coming up.
Yes, there goes SOD, and there goes a curtain call on the two members. Worst will be the one to getting taken down, but here comes Nyx with the poke, but here goes YSS Lee with the mountain shocker on the two member, dealing a lot of damage, one blow away, and he will get that arrow connected, and Silhouette, I just have a bit of problem spelling that thing, but again, there are going to be 3 kills taken down, or Silhouette, yes, Silhouette, I finally get it right here, Malsam, I'm proud of myself. So, hey, there goes 3 kills into the side of team Shadow Esports, of course, but first, Frixus Esports really having a tough time going in for the middle lane defense, because you can see already Dama goes in, Worth once again with the Infernal Pursuit getting onto his face, but it's going to be a knockup on 2 men, and Infernal Pursuit is still out there. Dama not really getting much done with the mounted form, but here goes the AOG defensively used to get out of the sticky situation and just be safe for now.
And by the way, you forget to mention that was a 4 kill actually. The Kato, he lands the OG here, isn't it?
Okay, yes sir. Yes
okay.
sir. You know, funny enough, Malsam, quick fact, my sister's name is Natalia actually. So I really have a hard time hosting such games where there's a Natalia, you know.
Alright then. The turtle's gonna spawn within a few seconds, or like right now the Lord Turtle has spawned here to play.
Whoa. Yes, there goes that's a delete and that's an assassination onto Skizzy and this goes like to speak that the goal lane is completely dominated by Pure, and he's also looking to push the second tier. The turtle is up too, and it seems like Frix's Esports, they're really having their back against the wall. The mid lane too is open, and the goal is finally being shredded by Pure, and he wants to go in for the push, but look at the purple buff. There goes the dive from Ben 14 onto two members, and a lot of damage being dealt onto Verse, and he's not really stopping. He wants to go in and get one hit away, but there's another knockup, and finally gets taken down. Aoshi onto the back, onto next, but it's not gonna be dealing enough damage to take him down, but the turtle gets cleared out, and also the resources being taken away from the side of team from Frix's Esports, so Shadow Esports, they're really maintaining their lead onto a 6k at this point, nearly a 6k actually.
And in addition to that lead, Shadow Esports even secures one objective at the bot side, that is the fire steer turret. That is still a great job here, and also a 7-0. That is a perfect game here. None of the team in this entire tournament ever had a solid 0, like a pure domination. When it comes to domination, we can categorize in different ways, like finishing the game before 10 minutes. If you can do that, if you want to dominate the game, why not dying in the entire game, isn't it? So that is what Shadow Esports might show here. And an instant burst down. Lee, what are you doing around here? Playing around with the Frixas Esports. He was literally zoning out Verse and also giving a hard time to Nyx. Like, why are you picking a Valier in a tournament scenario? This is the sweet stage already. This is an eye-opener for you. Maybe Lee was playing around with both the heroes here. And yes, Shadow Esports, they can do lots of things here. They can even go back into their backline, but look at what they are doing. Actually, the first tier turret is still there. Oh, the Karting Pulse, is this going to be another engagement? But it's a false alert from the side of Shadow Esports. It's more like this is the kind of thing that you would get when you dive in a little bit deeper, or if you ever plan to come out. Here comes the conceal play.
Oh, concealed play from the side of Frix's Esports. They want to go in, but it's just turning around. There goes the crack. Fist crackers with the fist break. Blue with the mounted form onto Light, but he will be okay. Lee wants to go in with the mountain shocker, but he's still holding on to it. Want to push the second tier in the mid lane, and this will be the last second tier. But there goes the AOG onto the back, onto 4 members, and double kill already for Ben 14, and he's trying to get out now. Since he got in, he needs to find a way, but his teammates are there. But this is a concealed play from the side of Team Shadow Esports, of course. And Dama wants to go in, but he's getting shredded with the damage coming in from Pure, of course. And this got like 4 Ben 14, and it seems like this is going to be the opening for that inhibitor turret that Shadow Esports were looking for. The top lane is down right now. The mid lane at a tough spot in the way of what Shadow Esports to just take it down. And it seems like the curtain call already being used on the 2 members. They're tied down, and they should back out at this point. There's a lot, almost like the turtle is out there. It will be just turning into a lot really soon. But Shadow Esports, they want to push everything that they see in their vicinity and just further their lead. But finally, I think this is a short call for them to go back towards their side and just go for this objective. But no, they want to go back in again here. Malsam, you can see, right? 3 members out there against 5 members from Frixus, but they're really behind. Look at the level differences. Level 7, 8, 6 against level 10, 11 and 9. This is a domination coming in from Shadow Esports, of course.
And what if we just witness a game that is under 10 minutes? The fastest match record was 9 minutes 39 seconds. I have a high hopes on Shadow Esports that they can do the same, and at the same time a perfect game that is when no one dies is even possible from the side of Shadow Esports. Are they going to make true record? Let's see as the fight breaks out.
Whoa! AOG onto the back, and they are able to lock down Verse. He will get taken down, but Light will chase down Nyx, and he gets taken down too. At this point, Shadow Esports, they have the member advantage, and Frixus, they're just waiting for the inevitable. They're just waiting for this wave to crash out, but before that, they're putting in their final whaler. They want to take down somebody, but it's gonna be just their goal laner being taken down. Skizzy will not be there for the defense, but it's gonna be finally Verse being back from the timer, and next to they're trying to clear out the waves, but there's still too many. And look at Pure, he's just locking in the base, and there goes the charge from Alpha, but no, Light takes him down, and right now on the verge of being taken down is gonna be Dama, and he gets purely taken down by Mr. Pure, but there goes one kill onto the side of Team Frixus Esports, actually the second one, and it seems like this is again a wipe out coming in, and Shadow Esports, they knocked down to Team Frixus Esports down to the lower bracket or the lower 0-1 bracket and moved to the 0-1-0 bracket, and with such a dominance game, 90-2, and just a 9 minutes and 22 seconds game.
And talking about 9 minutes 22 seconds, that is the new record for the fastest match in this entire tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Shadow Esport, not only that, they bring back the legend that was rotted away. I should say rotted away since he was not in the scene anymore. But right now he's back. He's even doing his live stream. He's back even in the competitive scenario in this MEX FEI Grand Fest Season 1 in the Mobile Legends 5v5 category. And yes, guys, this Pure is none other than your Pure i7. This is his team, Shadow Esport, who makes a record in this tournament. 9 minutes 22 seconds. What a domination. And what if Gato and Mr. Ben 14 themselves has a little patience with those Lord fight? What if they just, you know, do some kind of ways they can think it, or maybe buying those winter crown, they can freeze out all the upcoming damage and literally kiting this Pixel esport away from them so that they can even maybe get some 19 solid points, isn't it? But however, we have to keep in mind that Frixus Esport were even finding ways. They know that they are going to extend it, so they built a trap. They even got those kind of kills. Lots of things happen, but in the end, there's nothing that is going to stop Shadow Esport to make it to the land. But however, this isn't the guarantee for the land yet, as they have lots of plays, lots of matches they have to attend for the land event. And with that being said, guys, that is match number 3. Match 1, 2 and 3 entertain us deeply. Let's see how the direct mid gap close tonight, match number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for tonight's last match, or we can even say the last match for Shinrayu for this particular tournament, or the very beginning, or the starting to witness Shinrayu, or the chance that we can even meet him in the lane. So with that being said, this match is going to be memorable, so let's make it worth a watch, isn't it? And also all the fans out there supporting, the comment section is always yours. Try your very best in the comment section to support your team, as well as we have Team Nirvana on the blue side and Team Lafukabi on the red side. And the tournament that you are watching right now is the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest Season 1 Mobile Legends 5v5 category, and we are in the sweet stage right now, and this is day number 20. I'm sorry with that. And yes guys, I want everyone to present to you our main caster, our hype caster, who even been into multiple overseas tournament, who even passed it there. And yes, he's in every scenario of the India MOBA 5v5 Forward by Vista tournament, presenting Shinrayu.
Soon be your burial ground.
Wow. I don't know if you're trying to sell me or if you're trying to introduce me. At this point, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. Like, thank you for that amazing introduction. I feel completely... I feel touched, man. I actually feel touched. You know, it just makes me feel that my hard work is actually paving ways for myself. But again, this game is not about me. It's going to be about Team Nirvana versus Team Lafukabi. When we talk about Lafukabi, how can we not mention about Mr. Zozo, the direct mid-cap out here, or in his language, direct mid-cap, in his own words, right? So we have him, and you know, this one more person that I looked in their roster is going to be from Team Evil, the insanely famous squad, right? The one that has touched the global season 1. I mean, I forgot the season, but they have been the global #1 squad from India, and they have made a name for themselves. And from that squad, we have Evil Dogman. I mean, Blair the Dogman. I'm sorry. So yes, and this is looking really great before it even starts. So Nirvana Esports, they really need to show themselves and prove themselves that they're worthy.
And also Ashborn, in the most recent tournament that I was even casting, I even witnessed myself, Ashborn using the Lancelot secures a savage. So maybe that is why I have high hopes from their team side already here. I mean, they're Lafukabi. And also I know this might be a little bit out of the box and not the best thing to include in the tournament, but let's say like my very first tournament that I organized, that is powered by the Vista. The tournament name is Coliseum 24 Esport, was established. We have one major tournament like 30k prize pool tournament that is all funded by like a diamond prize pool. This team Lafukabi were there, and they were our very first champion. I thought that the best team is just Step Bros in Zamhan. They are the only team that I know that is good in the entire India, because they used to beat them. Yeah, I even see it myself. But they come to the Mizoram tournament. I never expected people would even find interest to join our tournament particularly. But guess what? We are even hosting multiple LAN event here in Mizoram, where many people's outside Mizoram are even joining, and yes, we are going to have Lafukabi here again. I have high hopes and I have high expectations from them to do it, but at the same time they have to watch out for Team Nirvana. Yes, Lafukabi are like the top dogs that we have in India, but Nirvana, one of our Mizo teams, yes, not going to sugarcoat or polish them that much. They have well experience, they are the underdog, they are ready for all the upcoming clashes. This is going to be one heck of a match. And we have lots of interesting pick and bans coming out. We even see a Regin ban, a Gadol ban, and here comes the Kadita ban. And who is Emrys? What will be your last ban? Since you already got your retail, why not ban out something that is going to be annoying, such as the Tlin or a Brody, because this Hayabusa is already going to come to the back line, and you need something that can give you an advantage in your lane, or else this might be a nightmare even for the retail particularly.
Absolutely, I think you have pointed out completely right, and they really need to win from the goal end, because the Hayabusa depends upon the snowball a lot of the times, but if he does not get the snowball, and even the goal lane is something that is not really winning, then it's going to be really problematic for Lafukabe. However, the last ban is going to be the Zushin onto the mid lane, so they really are focusing onto the mid control here, and that's why they have picked the Valentina actually to go in for the steal of those ultimates with an IMU. She wants to, just perhaps engage, because, the ultimates that she has so far is the Final Slash or the Glorious Pathway, which are good in engaging, right? Good in initiating rather than a very big playmaker. Yes, the Final Slash could be used really good as a playmaker. You can just startle the enemy just going in with the Flicker Final Slash combo. But oh my goodness, man.
Oh my gosh.
Direct mid gap is with his post signature pick. That's gonna be the Selena, and hey, I'm not just super pleasing him. There's a reason why his Selena is super broken, like he can make it work in any game, any kind of draft. Like this man is that good on Selena, so watch out, man. But again, what will be the response here? We can see a Roger being picked here. What will be the next hero? They need a roamer, right?
A roamer, and also the kind of roamer that can withstand the upcoming Abyssal Arrow, or not. If not, someone is going to be really annoying here. And yeah, talking about Zozo, since he got the spotlight, why not sugarcoat it a bit? It doesn't harm, isn't it? Because they done so much for the community, making interest short and even live stream so that many players could even learn from them. So let's polish it a little bit for him this time. Zozo, the very first time I met him, not in person but in game, not as an opponent or a team in the tournament that I was talking about, he was more of the kind of hero who used to play mage with a really good siege, like a really long range. So this is the kind of hero he used to become for. And then recently, it might be one season pass away, that the Selena got worked out really well with her insane cooldown and the slight adjustment that she got, and even the attribute changes. So after that day onward, I have seen Zozo started playing the Selena and even those viral direct mid gap. If you are ever playing mage again, you need more than a decade to surpass me and all those things. I guess those who watch those shorts even notice it. So let's see how Zozo is going to break off, but it is not Zozo Esport. We have to know that even Ashborn himself is doing those savage plays in their most recent match and their lineup to make all this thing work. They even have Shanit, Nep, Eka, and all the evil players. And yeah, keeping all those aside, Nirvana, the underdogs team, they might be the junior team, but they are ready to slay one of the top dogs of India. And with that being said, this might be the beginning or the very last. Please give us a really good show once more.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, gear up because you are watching the MEA x FEAI Grandfest 1, and this is where the legends collide across each other. So we will be witnessing one of the legends actually also colliding against Team Nirvana. So let's see how great they're bracing themselves. But don't forget, this is the Swiss stage, ladies and gentlemen. The top 8 teams will survive the online stages only, and they will make it to the land finals at the iconic Tenguthama Hall, of course, happening from the October 16, 17 and 18. If I'm mistaken, please correct me here, Malsam, but don't forget to book your tickets for that and be present for the LAN events. But again, we are finally into the LAN of turn. Without any further ado, we'll be witnessing the first turn actually connects the Abyssal Arrow onto the Florine, and she will be able to walk out with the help of his teammates. But the Little Wanderer, can this Roger secure it? He actually is not able to, and there goes the stun once again, and that's why he's the direct mid gap, already showing his strength and already showing his presence in the map. And Lafukabe, they are off to a good start.
Great start indeed, and especially securing a first blood right in front of their allies such as the Roper, the mid lane. And yes, why are you picking the Florine in the first position that rise up? But Brusco are you extending too much, but not so much as they find ways, as all the backup coming from his allies was just so accurate. And let's not forget, it all lies down in Brusco when it comes to send backing all those upcoming damage, because Arlott is more of the playmaker. He needs to land the final slash perfectly, or else if he reveals himself so much, it might be hard for him to position all those final slash. Zozo already doing lots of dirty work just, and then
whoa,
still, the damage is too much.
But again, there's another stun, connects this time onto the EXP laner, and he has to fall too in the greatness of Team Lafukabi. And there goes another kill onto Brusco. But look at the Abyssal Arrows, they're connecting left and right. Zozo, my guy, what are you making up? But Potato goes in, he gets the Abyssal Trap onto his face, and here comes Pothim, and he is shooting a shot, he's shooting the pro. And there goes Zozo. Like my friend mentioned, with the direct mid cap and amidst all that chaos, the Turtle 2 gets picked up by Team Lafukabi, and they're off to a good start. But both team, he gets finally taken down, and that's the first kill, right, from the side of Team Nirvana. So they're doing good, I would say. Off to a good start, like the first kill though.
Of course, no, that is so good. The starting was so good here. They even secured the first turtle, and it was 5. Oh wait, 5-1. Do we have? Oh, Granger seems to get a
yes, sir. Oh, but wait, again, there's a glorious pathway as well as the Abyssal Arrows and the trap too, but it's not enough to take down who his Ember is. But again, they go for another engage, but they're finally going for the disengage too, because they know there is a lot of heal available. But no, Hayabusa is saying otherwise. There goes the glorious pathway onto his 3 members, but hey, you do not have enough damage or engage to go in. But the orange buff here is on the verge of being taken down, and yes, it gets taken away by Ashborn, and he still has the shadow kill, right? So he can go in, and there goes the quad shadow onto Potato. They still have to just survive the onslaught that is coming, because the early game is really looking good into the favor of Team Lafukabi, and the gold lane too is really being pressurized. And off camp Zozo once again. This is what you call in Hindi Nazar Hati Durghatna Ghati, and one more accident across the map, but not really accident when Zozo is onto the Selena, of course. But again, look at the bot lane. Potato takes a butt of damage, but there goes the Abyssal Arrow, just misses by a little bit. But it seems like Lafukabi, they want to go in. The snipe this time, that's Sonata onto the face for Potato. But again, the mid lane, there's going to be the invade onto the purple buff. And this time, Emrys, can you survive? He gets the heal, but not really enough. And here comes the Lapu Lapu with the damage, but it's not really going to do much. But okay, he still survives, and there's the final slash onto him, and there goes the bean, the trap connecting onto him, but no follow-up. But Zozo wants to go in still. The dashes though, really good. And it seems like Lafukabi, they're not really giving any breathing space for Team Nirvana. They're on to tailing them, but look at the Turtle too. A very good transition. The bot lane just standing a little bit of HP, but the Turtle will be completely slain by Team Lafukabi, of course. But again, you need to break down what is happening here. Team Lafukabi, they're really high tempo.
I mean, what can we even narrow it down or even give insight here? As look at Zozo, he wouldn't give us time. He got locked there, but the flicker does dive in. But look at here, the skirmish is happening wide.
Exactly, and oh my goodness, Blair! Oh,
Zozo?
He is absolutely insane. But Zozo, he goes in onto Potato, but no! Him with the snipe, and that's the wipeout coming in for the side of Nirvana. And Lafukabi, they are dominating the map and taking it their way.
And it is just 5 minutes marks of the game here. The rotation as Arlo, just look at him, where is his lane? Of course, it is the very top, but right now he was in mid, he's in bot. He even rotates more than the roamer itself here, but look at this Lapu Lapu slashing straight to the Zozo, and Maurice, would he get it? But he finds way out!
Oh no! The EXP laner gets taken down, and so is Potato. There's the shadow kill onto the backline, and Literal gets taken down. But 2 members still standing, but a very low HP. Ramirez, 2 double kill for the player Dogman, and he is just shredding people with his vengeance, with his final slashes, and that's what an Arlot can do. 5-0 and 4, and the rest of the team too. Zozo just gets punished though, but it's still enough, right? He has done the work in the early game. That's what they needed the Selena for, and Lafukabi, they're on to a snowball.
Oh, by the way, just in case we miss out that did Zozo the way he died, actually was not from someone. It's more like he died from a neutral creep, or maybe from the turret, because the kill wasn't found. But edge forward, that was a shadow kill. It's not just a shadow strike, it is a shadow kill. The quad shadow even lands it slightly in that right spot. But look at this, what are we going to witness again here? But then, the damage was that.
Exactly, they're so ahead. The damage is being enough just for the shurikens of this Hayabusa. But look at the snipes, look at the death sonatas being hit on, the snipes connecting, and it's a lot of HP being taken down just with one bullet. Emrys almost got shot once again, but hey, there's gonna be a lot of pressure too, right? And Team Lafukabi, they're really taking it high tempo, and at this point they have the siege too, right? Mid lane again, there's gonna be the quad shadow being used. Shadow kill is available too for this Hayabusa. His go is in, but not really enough damage. The heal is enough, but Lapu this time has to use the Bravest Fighter defensively, and again the siege still continues here, and Team Lafukabi, they are really trying their best. They goes in, and it's gonna be more chaos under the turret too. And still under the crystal, there's gonna be the healer taken down from the side of Team Nirvana, and 2 members already down. The EXP are not really available for this fight, and they're trying to push in without the law, just the minions. And that's the entry ticket for Team Lafukabi for the base. But again, Hayabusa wants to go in. He has a short shadow kill under the base too. He needs to back out, and finally they go out. But again, Emrys gets gunned down by Potem, and it seems like Team Nirvana, they're really overwhelmed by the presence of Team Lafukabi. But again, they're not really stopping anytime soon. They go in, there's the arrow, there is the bullets flying around, and monster kill for both them, and they really want to look for the end. The Glorious Pathway is not going to do anything except for slowing them down. But again, the Grandeur finally being punished for overextending, and Nirvana, they can just take a bit of sigh of relief. But for how long? The mid lane is kind of completely in chaos. It's being pushed down by Team Lafukabi. That will be the clearance that Team Nirvana will be able to do, and finally able to push back Lafukabi to the other side of the map and still just hold on to this game for a little bit longer.
It was a close call coming from the side of Lafukabi. We were this close, really close to end tonight's match and even set a new record, because the fastest match that we just witnessed was by the Shadow Esports, and it was 9:22, and they were that close. But I guess there is no more chance that we can witness a new record. But good attempt coming from side of Lafukabi. But just in case we missed out in this mid-fight, I should say, it is going to be a free lord anyway. During this very tight spot here, there was a swift moment coming from the side of Nirvana that gave them a slight hope coming from their side. Lapu activating those bravest sword, I should say, like he used the enhanced sword, and he blasted out perfectly where Granger was going to land his flicker here. But Ashford does so easily here, using the shadow kill, forcing them out to use those bloom, and everyone is just running away from that abyssal arrow. No,
Whoa! Exactly, it's gonna connect, and there goes the engage once again, and that's gonna be the EXP laner being taken down. And at this point, Team Lafukabi, they have the Lord alongside on the bot lane. They're clearing out the waves, they're pushing in with the Revitalize on to Brusco, and there goes another Shadow Kill, the final slash 2, this time gonna be the healer taken down, and 2 members already down. It's gonna be 4 at this point. The wipeout, and the game being cleared by Team Lafukabi. Nirvana dropped down to the 0-1 bracket. Lafukabi steers through to the top 1.
What a domination game coming from the side of Lafukabi, and that was so accurate that they end the game. Look at their chin. It is exactly at 10 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That is
absolutely
so
insane.
And also for the side of Lafukabi, of course, it's Zozo making all those plays in that early phase of the game. Non-stop abyssal arrow was coming. Even if Nirvana can somehow dodge it, those kind of trap is literally slowing them down. That give a great boost when it comes to initiation, and those non-stop pressure is giving Nirvana a lot of panic, giving them a hard time to even do anything. And also, let's not forget that it was more of a drop gap, particularly for me. Yes, the game, anything can happen, but the draft, it matters a lot here. Florin, she can heal, but at the early phase of the game, her heal won't be enough. And on top of that, those heal can heal out Zozo's direct mid-gap damage, and also she can't protect herself, she can't take damage. Maybe that cost them lots of their matches, but however, Never Die tries his very best. He do all the possibilities in a way that he could find ways to keep his allies alive, but the gold gap was just so wide to do anything else. So with that being said, guys, we won't prolong that much in the match up or anything more about the analysis and stuff. But I would say what a match, what a great game we have tonight. And out of all the round of one, I think this might be unfair for the other squad to hear, but we have played round one for a total of 4 nights. But tonight, I should say it is the most interesting and the most intense match, I should say. And GG well plays to all the team. We have seen 1-0 matches. We have even seen team that would go down to the 0-1, the losing pool and the winning pool. So let's hope that each and every team try their very best and come back, and so that we can witness the greatness in the LAN event. In 16A team, we are going to have a total of 4 teams, and in 16B, we are going to have another 4 teams, which makes it a total of 8 teams to advance to the LAN. And yes, in addition to that, this tournament that is organized by the great MEA and FEAI is also not just a Mobile Legends 5v5 tournament. It is a gaming festival where multiple games are being hosted, such as the BGMI FC, that is the football game for both mobile and PC, Dota 2, and lastly we have chess, the board game for the LAN, and of course the online phase, the e-chess, that is coming up very soon. So to get update with all these things, don't forget to follow in the Instagram Mizo Esport Association. And this great tournament can be a success without our dear sponsor, that is the CK Hyundai, our internet partner Next Gen. And this tournament, particularly for the mobile 5v5, is powered by Vista Game and in collaboration with Dota Say Esport. And yes, sorry for the long yap, as this might be our very last time seeing Mr. Shin Ryu, although we want to keep him longer. As already mentioned, this might be the very last night or just the beginning. So Shin Ryu, it would be nice to hear all your experience, but I think you would like to take your rest also. So take this time freely as much as you want and even execute, or shall we say finish off tonight's stream.
Thank you so much, Malsam, first of all, to invite me. This has been such a great opportunity. And not only that, I've been so excited to cast alongside you, watching this game, casting these games, right? And yeah, huge shout out to MEX, FEI for bringing this opportunity, not only to me, but also to my friends, the other casters too. You're going to hear them soon enough. And, whoever comes for the LAN, I wish them good luck. But again, I want, apart from the caster, apart from the teams, I want you all to be present there in the LAN, right? The dates are like 16, 17, and 18, right, Malsam? If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, correct.
Yes, sir. So be there and, be part of this grand fest. There's going to be so much more than just that meets your eye. Not only the games, you can actually talk with the players, talk with different people who's going to be part of this tournament, of course. And it's going to be an amazing experience. You should experience LANs once in your lifetime. Not only once, more than once if you can, but at least once. So be there, right, guys? And this will be a really great thing that the Mizo Esports Association are bringing alongside with MEA, of course. And like he mentioned, this might be the last time you guys are hearing me, or maybe the very first time. So I'm hopeful that I will be back. But again, I hope more that you guys are back to support the stream, support TTS as well as MEA all together to make this event even a grander success. And with that, we had amazing fun here, Malsam, of course, right? And I hope we will be again casting soon enough, if not here, somewhere else for sure. But it's already all the end of the matches have been reached. So we need to call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part for tonight. And we will be seeing you, of course, tomorrow on the same channel at the same place. Do keep an update with the Instagram pages, of course, because we will be updating a lot of major news out there, the pictures and everything. And with that, do stay hydrated, take care of yourself, and have a very great night. And with that, I wish you all a very good night, and thank you for coming here.